Sup, nerds? Today we're talking about probably my two favorite TV shows, but first
James.
I should tell you my name. I'm James,
James.
and you are...
Who am I?
Oh no, we've got an Alzheimer patient here.
Brendan. Hold on, it's
okay, but it's
Brandon.
Brandon. There we go.
There we are.
There we go.
And today we're talking about things. Some should stay dead, some should happen. Let's get into it.
Oh, good. So we agree on the Office reboot.
Man, I am
dead.
ooh, look at us.
Okay.
Now I know how your dad feels again. When we agree on something.
I don't care if it's the original creator. I don't care if it's the original cast. The Office died when Michael Scott left.
Now, I do want to say I enjoy The Office as a whole, including
Of
the
course.
seasons
It's
after
still
he left.
fun.
Still fun. It does become a little bit of a different show, but it ended very beautifully. It ended in a good way.
It's like watching all my kids grow up and get married.
Yeah. We didn't need Space Jam 2. I love The Office. We all love The Office.
We
Everyone
do.
loves The Office, but we don't need more of it.
No.
It existed,
Don't.
and it was great, and just let us have that.
I am someone who is like, with a lot of the Disney remakes and whatnot, just make a new thing. You're Disney.
Just do it.
Everybody will watch it anyway. Make something new. If I saw the creator of The Office go and make a brand new workplace comedy that was completely different, I would watch it because it's the dude who made The Office, which is, excuse me for saying this, a little bit of an unknown opinion, but it's like this massive, brilliant show. Anything else he makes, I would willingly watch.
I mean, that's the thing is you can follow someone who you like, and that's what it should be. Oh,
of course.
It's Greg Daniels, right? I keep saying the creator, like Greg Daniels. It's like,
so.
This is a new show from Greg Daniels. I definitely want to watch this because I'm a fan of his previous shows. I don't need another Office show, and I can't think of it being presented in any way that doesn't feel forced, especially if you bring Michael Scott back.
I know that that just feels like it's like, hey, Office 2, we're doing it. Yeah.
Even if you wanted, I'd even settle for a special.
I would
even if you wanted to do like just a special, an hour-long special.
We get the Michael
showing
Scott
what
Paper
everyone's been up
Company.
to, anything.
Yeah.
Just he comes back to Scranton, and we have an hour of jokes and hijinks or whatever. I don't know that.
Oh God, it's happening.
Well, I mean, it's just. I don't know. I feel weird about this. I don't even know how other people on the internet are feeling about this. I don't know if they're gung-ho about it or
I don't know what BuzzFeed's got going on. Their writers are on some stuff, but they had a whole fan casting thing about it. But it's like the consensus I've seen. Oh yeah, the consensus I've seen, with the exception of Creed, only good casting was that Creed is still Creed.
It has to be.
Of course. But most of the internet was like, this is stupid.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that's the case. Now, on the reverse side of that, given something we don't want versus something that we were promised.
Not promised, prophesized by the gods above, the Community movie. It's being written, it's getting finalized, and I have cried tears of joy at every new news.
Now, the only question I'll have, which will dictate my reaction to a Community movie, are we getting as much of the original cast back as possible?
I do know everybody. I don't know if Yvette Nicole Brown has been confirmed, but Donald Glover is back along with everybody else.
Everyone except Chevy Chase, because he did die in the show, and it turns out he's kind of a shit person to work with.
What I would like to see, though, is that we see the cast members introduced in seasons 5 and 6. So, like
Keith David,
the woman who plays Frankie, the dude from Breaking Bad, who I can't remember the actor's name, and I feel awful.
Now, we were talking about this right before. I loved the core Community, like the original, and although I watched the later episodes, they were still fun.
Yes,
but I mean, I think there's a magic with that original cast.
They had 3-4 seasons to really grow together, and you can watch the progression. Like, the peak of Community is like end of season 2, season 3, and you can tell that's when the cast they all had this beautiful chemistry with each other.
And I think, too, I mean, coming out, just so everyone is aware, Community was a thing like slightly before Childish Gambino was a thing. I can remember thinking like I grew up watching Dare Comedy in high school. I thought those were the funniest goddamn videos on YouTube at the time. and then they got jobs writing for 30 Rock. And I remember thinking like, holy shit, the Derek comedy guy is going to be in this TV show. And then I was like, oh, he wants to be a rapper? I bet he's hilarious. And then it turns out, he's like good, like a very good artist.
Just incredibly talented.
But you think about everything that came from the show. I mean, him, that gave him a definite jumping off point. Alison Brie, I think, was on Mad Men, but as a total side character until that happened.
Yeah. Danny Pudi becoming like probably one of the funniest guys I've ever seen.
I want Troy and Abed so bad.
Troy and Abed in the morning.
But I mean, and really the one driving that show at the time was Joel McHale.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
just got off of The Soup, and it was like,
you cannot.
now he's going to do. But I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people have really blossomed from that.
Yeah, you cannot have Community without Joel McHale
No,
because his sarcasm is the backbone of the show. Because you have a man who is reasonable, who acts reasonable, and yet his life is just this giant joke in a group full of people whose lives are like
Well, I just
serious
love that
and
he,
are
like-
just jokes.
The whole show starts because he like went to some like
He went to
third-rate law school in a third world.
I think it
country
was
or
like
something.
it was Colombia or Peru or something where it's like
It was like, oh, you want a degree? Come in here, $10, you got a degree.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they want a real,
Real
degree
degree.
from the real United States of America.
But even a lot of the side characters in the show that were like cameos.
The Dean?
I mean, the Dean's outstanding.
The Dean is brilliant.
I can't wait for Dean in the movie.
Um,
You had like just certain people that played like teachers.
Fat Neil, the old dude, Leonard.
Oh, Leonard. I think
Leonard's
Leonard passed away,
reviews.
but Leonard's frozen food reviews. are my
Oh,
favorite.
Starburns.
Starburns. Dino. God, I love
Starburns.
Starburns.
Professor Duncan.
Oh, I mean, I was going to say John Oliver was in there.
John
Betty
Oliver.
White played a teacher for a
Betty
minute.
White as the
Ken Jeong.
yeah,
Ken
yes.
Jeong. But he ends
Yes.
up being part of the main crew.
He does.
essentially.
There's one more character I can't remember. It was
Point is, this movie.
the dude who was a nut job. It was but we fixed what was his name? Garrett. But we fixed Garrett.
Oh, we
But
fixed
did we
Garrett.
really
Did we
fix
really
Garrett?
fix Garrett? Point is this movie leaves a lot of room open for cameos and little storylines that we didn't see or whatever. But like I
The
said,
monkey, Annie's boobs.
forgot about that. Monkey's still got to be running around there. But I mean, the thing is like the difference is that from the get-go, Community came at that time where like everything was getting canceled for no reason, and they had to fight to stay, just like The Office did in Parks and Rec and everything. So when they did that 6 seasons in a movie, this has been an intention the whole time.
Oh, very much
We
so.
wanted to see this.
At the,
I don't know that
yeah.
we're ready for more.
At the very
Office.
end of season 6, there was hashtag 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah.
It was prophesized by those above of higher powers. And now we might just we will be getting it.